Good morning, students. My name is Mrs. Radhima, and I will be taking your English grammar class. First, you have to listen to this video very carefully, and then some pictures will be provided to you, from where you have to note down all the material in your notebooks. You can either take your fresh notebooks if you have, or you can take your rough copies. Yes, before going to the major topics, we will start with some basic topics of grammar. You know, English is a language, and language is that component of we humans with the help of which we express our thoughts and feelings. So, the building blocks of any language are letters. In English language, A, B, C, D so on, all the alphabets are the building blocks. Letters like O, M, T, H, R, E. These letters, they when combined, they form a word, mother. And when the words like love, mother, I, my, they combine, they form a sentence. These words combine to form a sentence. Therefore, a sentence is what? A sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. So, for expressing our thoughts, we use words only when they are arranged in a proper order to make a complete sense. So, I hope the sentence is clear to you. The definition of sentence is: a sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. Now I take to the written portion which you have to note down in your copies. First of all, you have to write down lesson 1, the sentence, as it is the first chapter of your English grammar book. The definition of sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. A sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop or a question mark or an exclamation mark, depending upon the type of sentence. If it is a simple sentence, then it ends with a full stop. If it is an imperative sentence, then also it ends with a full stop. But if it is an interrogative sentence, a sentence having a question, then it ends with a question mark. And if it is an exclamatory sentence, it ends or it contains exclamation mark within it. So, examples of sentences are: God is worshipped everywhere. What a genius boy. Okay, so you can see the two different types of sentences. The first sentence, it ends with a full stop. The second sentence, it ends with an exclamation mark. Okay, so later on we will discuss about the types of the sentences, why we have put in the first sentence the full stop and in the second sentence the exclamation mark. Yes, every group of word may not be called a sentence. The group of words are called the sentence only when it makes a complete sense. Then what is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words that makes sense but not complete sense. For example, the old mother. The old mother, it makes a simple sense that the mother is old, but it is not making a complete sense what we are saying about the old mother or what is told about the old mother. So that complete sense is not mentioned. Next is its axis. It's also making a half sense but not the complete sense. Costly stone, were many. So were many is not making any sense, so it is not called a phrase. So first three group of words, they are called a phrase because they make some sense. But the fourth one, it doesn't make any sense, so it is not called a phrase. So we have put cross after it. Now, our next topic in a sentence is a kind of sentences. There are 4 kinds of sentences. First is assertive sentence. An assertive sentence states or declares something and it ends with a full stop. For example, Divya plays the piano. It is a simple statement that Divya plays the piano. So it is an assertive sentence. Further, assertive sentence is of 2 types: affirmative sentence and negative sentence. Affirmative sentence, the sentences which give affirmation. What is the meaning of affirmation? Affirmation means giving yes. That means these sentences are positive sentences. They do not have not, never, no like words. Second type of assertive sentence is negative sentence. A sentence with no, not like words. You can also use other negative words like never, neither. So, for example, there is some water in the jug. So this sentence shows a positive statement. So it is called an affirmative sentence. Second sentence, never swim in a deep pool. It is a negative sentence because it contains a negative word, never, a denying word. Okay, so this was the assertive sentence. Second type of sentence is called an imperative sentence. An imperative sentence expresses a command or order, a request, or an advice. You can take this example. First is stand in a queue. So this is a command. Stand in a queue. The same sentence can be said in another way in the form of a request by adding please. Please stand in a queue. So the same sentence which was in the form of command, in the former one, it becomes a request when we add please. So both these types, a command or request, they are the form of imperative sentence. Next here, third form of imperative is an advice. Always stand in a queue. So the same sentence can be written in the form of an advice which says always stand in a queue, or you should stand in a queue. So this was the imperative sentence. So earlier we have discussed the assertive sentence, which are also called declarative sentences, which states or declares something. Second is imperative sentence that expresses command, request, or an advice. Now we come to the third type, interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks a question and it ends with a question mark. So One way to identify the interrogative sentence is the presence of question mark at the end. For example, have you done your homework? So this sentence, it is a yes/no type question. It has question mark at the end and it answers only in yes or no. Second is, when will the peon open the gate? So this sentence is also an interrogative sentence as it contains question mark at the end and WH question. WH questions are the questions which starts with when, why, who, like words, like question words. Okay, so this was the interrogative sentence. It is the easiest type of the sentence, very easy to identify as well. Next one is the exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence expresses a sudden strong feeling of joy, sorrow, or wonder. It is identified by exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is contained in these sentences. It may be in between, after the exclamation word, or at the end of the exclamatory sentence. For example, hurrah, our team stood first in the match. So hurrah is the exclamatory word. After that we have used here exclamation mark. How dark the tunnel is. So this sentence doesn't contain any exclamatory word, but the whole sentence is expressing a strong feeling of wonder. So here we have used exclamation mark at the end. So these are the 4 kinds of sentences. You may write down in your copies from the pictures given below. Thank you.